Every brand tells a story. And they are the storytellers. The Sutradhars. They present a brand with band, baja and barat to you. They are the Brandwallahs. She heads marketing in India for one of the world's leading brand of diamonds. Toranj Mehta, Vice President Marketing for Beers India and Forevermark India. As brand custodian, she manages all aspects of marketing for the global diamond giant in India, including brand strategy and planning, customer segmentation and targeting, and brand experience and category building. A management professional with over 2 decades of experience in marketing, organized retailing, and sales management, Toranj is a strong believer in the potential of the Indian market and the Indian consumer. She is our Brandwallah.
Diamonds are something which is very emotional. It is not something about value, or it's not something about that. It's a precious stone. It's a lot more to do with what you feel when you look at a diamond. We want to ensure that people who want to get into the business of diamonds have the adequate support to be able to do that. And we can't reach 500,000. So we are actually leveraging AI to help build that kind of marketing support for those people who are interested in getting into the business of diamonds.
Hello and welcome. You're watching the Brandwallahs. I am Krishnakumar and we are in conversation with Toranj Mehta, Vice President Marketing of Beers India. Toranj, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on the Brandwallahs. I'm going to begin by asking a very simple question over here. How do you market diamonds in today's day and age? You know, one good thing about diamonds is that, you know, the love for diamonds and the aspirational quotient of diamonds has not, faded away in all these years. But there are newer and newer trends emerging, newer and newer value systems emerging of how people, associate themselves with precious stones and precious metals. How do you communicate to the people that you should buy a diamond, and more importantly, you should buy a De Beers diamond?
So first of all, thank you very much for inviting me to this show. It's indeed an honor to be here. So your question has many layers to it. So I will start with the very simple first layer, which is diamonds are something which is very emotional. It is not something about value, or it's not something about that. It's a precious stone. It's a lot more to do with what you feel when you look at a diamond. So, and that has stayed since the time we started marketing diamonds till now. And it's not because we were great at it, but if there is some intrinsic magic within a natural diamond that comes out from a mine and that comes out from nature, which is sheer serendipity. So if you look at it, the way a diamond is formed over billions of years is something that it's because nature wanted it so. And that's the reason why diamonds are so precious and so valuable and so unique and rare.
And that iconic campaign of De Beers, which is a diamond is forever. Talk to us about how did that come about exactly, and all the stories and the emotions attached to that line, a diamond is forever.
Actually, it's a very nice story about how this line came about. The agency that we were working with in 1947 was A.W. Iyer, and the copywriter in that was Francis Gerety. and she had a presentation the next day to De Beers about the campaign, and she just couldn't figure out what to show. And late at night, she was breaking her head, and she just jotted down "A diamond is forever." And that's how the whole line came into being, and now it's become iconic.
So it was by pure accident and the need to meet a deadline.
Yes, and a second of inspiration.
Wow, incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's lived on for
More than 75 years.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Was that line the reason why you ended up joining De Beers in the first place?
In fact, yes. So when I received the call saying that there is an interview, there is a job opening in Forevermark, which is a brand of De Beers. So I said, "Acha, yes, it's a new brand. We are starting it up." So I said, "Fine, let me go." And then I just read up about Forevermark, and then at the end it said, "De Beers, a diamond is forever." I said, "This is the company." because it's such an iconic line, "Heera hai sada ke liye." It just stays with you, and it has ever since I was a kid.
Okay, ever since you were a kid. But today there is that entire conversation surrounding natural diamonds versus lab-grown diamonds. Lab-grown diamonds have increasingly penetrated the market, and there have been concerns about natural diamond. In your communication, how do you position the diamond? All diamonds are diamonds, or and more importantly, is there a particular pitch for natural diamonds?
So currently in our current campaign, okay, let me start 2 steps back.
Okay.
Natural diamonds are diamonds. Then there are lab-grown simulants, alternatives for diamonds, right? There is a kind of indication that lab-grown diamonds and natural diamonds are same. They are not the same. One is built in a factory. One comes from nature. The natural diamond is as old as time itself. They were formed when Earth was being formed. So when you look at this diamond here, you know that it's been made when Earth was, you're holding time itself. Lab-grown diamonds are built over 2 weeks. So it is it's very when you try to explain that natural diamond is the same as a lab-grown diamond, it's not. The ice and the snow on the Alps is not equal to the ice that you will get in your refrigerator. They're 2 very different things. Chemical compositions may be the same, and you can make out the difference between lab-grown diamonds and natural diamonds. So the campaign that we are doing now is when you are talking about precious relationships and the relationship between a child and a parent, I don't think there's anything more precious than that or more valuable than that. And at that point, when you want to commemorate that relationship, celebrate that relationship, I don't think factory-made products really cut the point. So and that is what we actually are bringing out. That when a love is so natural, only natural diamonds will do.
Okay. And I want to understand, what exactly is your marketing mix like? Where do you advertise the most? Is it more in traditional platforms like newspapers and television advertisements? And because it's changing right now. So many are shifting all those advertising spends and marketing spends to the digital platforms and online marketing. So as far as marketing diamonds is concerned, and marketing De Beers diamonds is concerned, what is the marketing mix like?
Actually, with this campaign is something that really opened our eyes. So we also believe that digital is a large part. Digital and social media is a large part of where your spends should go. And our media agency Havas was actually keep pushing print to us, as in they still believe in the power of print. This campaign we launched a print campaign parallel to the digital campaign, and the digital campaign has definitely done well, but the amount of feedback that we got on the print campaign was unimaginable. So for example, our CFO got a message from a completely unknown person saying, I read your ad in the newspaper and I think it's such a lovely ad, and congratulations, you all should please congratulate your marketing team, you all should keep doing these ads further. Completely unknown people. I mean, in this day and age, for people to make the effort to go back and give this, search for the person, give this kind of feedback is huge. So, and this is just one example. There were numerous like this, which I have never seen before in my marketing career.
Okay, so give me a ballpark, give me a percentage if I were to ask you, like, is it 50-50 between traditional and digital, or how does it go?
So, as of now, our mix is about 65-35.
65 traditional and 35 digital.
For the simple reason, traditional is still expensive. And if you want to cover the whole country, it does take up a big chunk of your budget compared to what digital would do.
How do you do digital? How do you do social media marketing? What is the strategy like? Is it platform specific, or is it the target audience specific, whichever age group you're targeting? I'm just curious to know what is the age group that you target, and how do you target them? Using social media.
So social media is. You can't use, your regular marketing tactics or your regular marketing mantras for social media. You have to be in culture there to be able to actually be effective there. And that's what we are actually doing. So our campaign, which is Love from Dad Collection, whilst we are targeting dads, of course, we're also targeting 16-year-olds. And for that, there is a lot of stuff that we have to do on social media, which we are doing. So,
like what?
Now you will say we have reels that go out, but the kind of influencers that we have to select, they can't be just the regular influencers. They have to be the influencers which actually impact 16-year-olds. So to search for such influencers, then
they should impact 16-year-olds and make them want the diamonds.
Yeah, that's true. But more than that, I think it's an emotion that you want to build up in people, that build on the relationship that you have.
From 16 to 60 is your target audience.
It's my target audience. In fact, beyond 60 also.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is a lot that we do on digital. In fact, to ensure we have the whole circle filled, because one is creating a campaign and putting it out there, but to ensure you close the loop with a point of sale, we've actually onboarded about 1,100 retailers who are natural diamond sellers, and we have a store locator that has been built up. So people who really are keen, and because of the confusion that there is, and there are customers who really want to know what they are buying. So we have ensured that only natural diamond retailers are available on that store locator, which is on our website, diamondisforever.com.
Oh, lovely. Tell us, from here, I just have to ask you at this stage, what according to you is the big buzz as far as the world of advertising and marketing is concerned?
Currently, the big buzz is AI. I think that's the buzz everywhere. I think if you leverage AI to the objectives you have as a marketing person, or a brand, or even a category overall, I think it's a very powerful tool, and we are actually working on something which will help bring all natural diamond retailers and support them in marketing, because there are many. So India has about 500,000 jewelry retailers. Okay, out of that, only 5,000 are actually diamond retailers. Now we want to ensure that people who want to get into the business of diamonds have the adequate support to be able to do that, and we can't reach 500,000. So we are actually leveraging AI to help build that kind of marketing support for those people who are interested in getting into the business of diamonds.
And any particular AI tools that you use on a daily basis in your job?
It is in progress. The tool that I think we are going to be using whilst we are evaluating many is Laura.
What, according to you, is overhyped, in the world of advertising and marketing, and hence is actually quite blah?
I think this is my personal opinion.
Please.
Yeah, I think the advertising just now is quite blah. Yeah.
Advertising as a whole, all advertisements that you see.
I mean, there were times when you used to watch and see iconic advertising, and you say, wow, ads like, say, of Tanishq or Titan or even Airtel. Those were ads that you would look at and say, wow. But right now, I think everyone's trying to make very hard-working ads. And there are many messages trying to be said in that amount of time, which I don't know is actually effective, because marketing is also about getting your irrational activated, not only your rational. And to get that irrational activated, I think there are things that you need to do which are simpler. So it hits the point, or if it touches your heart. AI is going to be and is already becoming a big enabler for helping marketers actually do the job that they want to in a better fashion. But there, this whole bit about them taking over the whole human thinking kind of thing. When I look at advertising or campaigns, I tend to look at the insight that they have actually pulled out. And, once you tap into that, whatever you do, the campaign really works.
We're discussing all of this, I wanted to ask you, what is that one all-time favorite advertisement or a brand campaign or a marketing campaign that really stayed with you and sort of continues to inspire you in your day-to-day work?
So when I look at advertising or campaigns, I tend to look at the insight that they have actually pulled out. And once you tap into that, whatever you do, the campaign really works. So there are two such campaigns which I really thought that it's such a simple insight, but they've really touched upon it. So one is the Airtel Har Ek Friend Zaruri Hota Hai. I think that was it was such a lovely campaign where they just picked up the right nuances about the types of friends you have. So that was one. And the second one is Amazon, when they said aur dikhao, which is so typical of Indian shoppers. So I think
where they're shopping for saris or diamonds.
Yes, it is. So, and that's why sometimes when you see the Western influence on the in the retail store, you think, why is there such less stock? Don't they have variety? Don't they have variations? And when you look at an Indian store, it will be packed with stuff, because that's the Indian psyche. And I think that's what Amazon got right. And so those are two campaigns which really I thought were so bang on. They understood the Indian psyche so well.
we do live in the short attention span world, and you have the onerous task of marketing to the Gen Z. And and the short attention span, to be fair, is not just a Gen Z problem; it's all of us. What is your communication strategy in that sense to grab people's attention, grab Gen Z's attention, and maybe even grab Gen Alpha's attention if it's possible?
So there is, as I said, you have to find that insight, that idea that really touches you in where it really matters. So for example, whilst we say that there is a very short attention span, if you look at Taylor Swift and the kind of stuff she puts out there, all her fans, I'm also a fan, but most of her fans are Gen Z or Gen Alpha.
Fair enough.
Yeah. She put out a 10-minute song, All Too Well. That 10-minute song, every kid who's a fan of hers sings it from beginning to end.
Including you.
Yes. So you see, it's not about the attention span. It's what really interests you that grabs you. And I think that's what we have to really work hard on. Other things are all means to get the information out there. But the actual thought or the actual effort that you make to understand the psyche of a Gen Z or a Gen Alpha is something that's where the hard work is.
What is the one thing about your job that you love the most? Like the one thing that every day when you wake up, that's the single biggest motivational factor for you to get to office. Or get to wherever you have to get to.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, we work with diamonds, right? Diamonds.
That itself is
it. I mean, you get to see such beautiful jewelry, such exceptional stones, which you will never ever, as a regular person, get to see. So once I'd been to the De Beers head office in London, and over there we had they have a diamond room, and they show you the variety of diamonds that come out
they
of
have
the
a diamond room.
Yeah. Yes. So, and the rough diamonds that come out. So eventually, when they come out, you have circular diamonds, you have cube-shaped diamonds, very different kinds. And then you see the polished diamonds. And I held like a 42 carat diamond in my hand. Can you imagine 42 carats? It is like something else when you hold something that is that heavy.
How heavy was it?
I'll do the calculation and let you know. But it would be as heavy as maybe a cricket ball or slightly less than that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Diamond, the size.
It is 84 grams. About 0.2 grams. So yeah, about 84 grams or something.
Wow.
I think.
No, incredible. So, okay, clearly you have a lot to look forward to in your job. Let me ask you this then. What is the one thing about your job that you don't like? The one thing about your job that you hate the most, for the lack of a better word?
I don't like filling in formats, reports, So all the stuff which is not creative is something. But I think also what I don't really like is the fact that I see such beautiful things, and then I think that these are some things I should aspire for, and to let go of them is difficult, because you see such exceptional products, exceptional diamonds, jewelry. It's very difficult to, not be tempted to just spend all your savings. So I think that holding back is a bit, is what I don't like. I would like to buy more.
You say you want to market more diamonds and buy more diamonds.
Yes.
Okay. let me circle back to this thing, because this is just changing or reshaping marketing, which is artificial intelligence. Tell us, how is artificial intelligence, changing the way advertisements are done, marketing campaigns are done, and what do you see as the future going forward? Where do you see this? Because AI is changing by the day. And very difficult to catch up with all the advancements, even on a daily basis these days. So in that sense, where do you see marketing headed towards, with AI becoming a mainstay?
I think AI is going to be is already becoming a big enabler for helping marketers actually do the job that they want to in a better fashion. But there, this whole bit about them taking over the whole human thinking kind of thing.
And jobs.
So yes, there will be replacements of jobs. Certain jobs will get replaced, and that has been the case ever since industrialization started. There was someone who used to just stitch your trousers. Now you have factory-made trousers. So there are jobs there will be other jobs which will pop up, which whilst these have been replaced. But I think the human brain is exceptional, is so powerful that AI will enable it to become even more creative than what it is now. So AI is definitely an enabler which will help us do greater stuff than what we have, and much more innovative stuff than what we have done in the present. But it's never going to, at least I feel, it's never going to take over what the human brain can do. Because every time you see some innovation in technology, it's always the human brain that takes it to the next level.
Right.
So I think that's what is my take on AI.
All right, we will leave it at that. Toranj Mehta, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on the Brandwallahs.
Thanks.
Thank you.